Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Straight Talk No BS. I'm Danny. That's Tanya over there squealing. That's Nay down below. Hey, ladies.
Hey, hey.
And before y'all get on me to say anything, let me go and post that right there. Let me put that down there, down below. Put that down there. Y'all know what's up. What's up?
Make it rain, make it rain.
Make it rain. Throw them dollars, y'all. Throw them dollars. Throw that ass in the circle. Throw that ass in the circle. Hey, oh, I'm at the wrong place for all that.
Oh,
I'm at the wrong place, y'all. I better cut that out.
I joined right on in with you. So what kind of foolishness is that?
Tanya, I got something for you tonight.
What year?
I got something for you tonight. I want you to know, being with you for over 20 years, 21 years. Yeah, I've been with you 21 years, right? And I just want you to know this.
I don't fucking like you. What? I said I don't fucking like you. You don't like me? No.
Oh, it's like that. But
So when
you know what?
When you be doing all that complaining and stuff, it don't even matter no more. After 10 years, after you done made 10 years, it's like, I don't even care. I ain't even trying to hear it. So
you know what?
what?
If you'll notice down in the end, do we really even have a choice? That is one of our topics tonight. And the answer is to the hell no. You're right. Because guess what? You can't stand me. I can't stand you. But guess what?
We're going to make it work.
You ain't got no choice no more.
Girl, look, I got to get to what's on your mind before I even start running my mouth on that. Let's get to what's on your mind, y'all. Since you brought that up, I was laughing because I seen this one TikTok reel, right? Mm-hmm. Where this lady, and I guess it was a TikTok reel, and it was a video that I saw on Facebook, where this lady caught her husband cheating, right? She caught him cheating. He was out there having a good time, had 4 or 5 women, right? She said, you know what we ain't finna do? You ain't finna be the only one having fun. I'm gonna have fun too. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't gonna get no divorce. We ain't gonna do none of that. We gonna pay these bills. We gonna make sure we pay for this mortgage. You know what I'm saying? We gonna keep the kids straight. And guess what? And I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna get me some too. And you ain't gonna say shit about it. You do you, and I do me. But guess what? We ain't getting no divorce though. That's what's going down. Hey, what would you do in that situation?
Now
we got all of this built and established together. You finna let it go just because you caught somebody cheating?
Well, not only did she say he ain't going nowhere, she said don't bring me no motherfucking babies and don't bring me no motherfucking STDs and we gonna make this shit work. She damn sure did. I watched that same video. But I don't know if I could just up and make it work. I think I'd be better off running your ass off some goddamn way. If I'd have been loyal, go ahead.
I was just about to say, I'm not going to be able to do it. It sounds real good in theory. Like when you sit back and you look at it, you're like, you know what? Let's make this thing. Hey, let's come to an agreement about it. That you've already messed up, so we know we can't trust you. So with that being said, the trust is out the window. So what else do you have if you don't have trust anymore anyway? But what you do have is a mortgage, like Jay said. You got credit card bills. You got kids bills.
Bills don't stop.
Bills on top of more bills and bills that you've accrued together. So, hey, why put all of that off on one? Go through the trouble of splitting up your checking account and all this other hoopla. But I'm not going to be able to do it because there's no way in the world that I'm going to be able to sit in the house and look at you, looking at me, looking at you, talking to some other broad and going in and out because, you know, there once was a time, if we're going to keep it straight talk 100.
Oh, shit.
That Jay and I, we did this. But we decided we had children. This was almost a kind of very similar situation. We had our children at the house. We got our we had our bills. We had everything together. Everything was put together, but we were not on good terms at that time. So, we chose to stay in it and make it work. But looking back at it, that was
some toxic shit.
We should have left it alone. We should have went ahead.
We should have left each other. We
separated and lived in two separate homes, and then decided to try to work things out separately instead of staying together, because that is toxic. Very.
So. Well, hey, audience. Hey, y'all get in the comments. Tell us, what would you do if you caught your significant other cheating and whatever and fraternizing? Would you leave them, or would you stay with them and say, hey, we finna take on these bills. We finna take care of the kids. We finna do all of that. Just that you ain't hitting it. And that's the way I feel about it. I ain't gonna let you hit nothing. I ain't touching you. You ain't touching me as long as you out there. But you can go on creep. You can go on and creep, but I'm a creep too. That's how it's gonna be. I can't lay back down.
You didn't tell me how you feel about it, Jason.
I just did. I just told you.
So you really are on
it. I said we'll stay together. You know I'm lying.
Okay.
Ain't no point of even lying right now. I don't even know. I'll probably go tear some shit up.
Just saying.
I'm gonna show up at the nigga house or whoever house just like this.
Where she at? Do y'all know how many people, male, female, couples in general, they actually do stay together? You know that Mary is down there messing around with Brother John, and you know John is down there messing with Sister Susie. Those people back in the day, they stayed together. They stayed together. My father told me he got his ass whooped with a horse whip because he went back and told his dad that his mother was on top of the hill with another man. And on top of the hill is where the juke joints was back in the day. So instead of Pawpaw going to check out and see what Granny was doing, Pawpaw whooped daddy ass with a horse whip and told him to get out of his business.
Damn.
Okay.
A horse whip?
That's a country ass whooping right there. That's a country ass whooping. Hey, Amber, what's up? We in here talking about what if you caught your man or your woman cheating or whatever. Y'all gonna stay together? Y'all gonna make it work? What's gonna be the new dynamic of y'all relationship? How you gonna work it out? We was talking about a TikTok reel that we had seen where the lady said, we ain't going nowhere. I don't care that my man cheated or whatever. We got bills to pay. So I'm staying with his ass. He can screw with whoever he want to screw, and I'm gonna mess around with whoever I want to.
But don't say nothing.
None over here.
That's the
you can't say nothing.
You already know you're gonna be dropping them old snide, ugly comments, creeping behind each other, digging for dirt, throwing sabotage in the other person's game. It's toxic.
I ain't gonna lie. When we was going through it, I was throwing all kind of dirt and shade.
Yeah.
I was pretending to be the friend so I can get the dirt. Joe was.
Shut up, messy
I sure was. I was pretending to be the friend and her counselor at the same time. Girl, tell me what she doing to you. What's going on? Let me tell you why she doing this to you. Let me tell you why she doing this to you. Give her all the wrong information.
We doing dumb shit. Yeah.
Oh, but I'm glad them days is over, y'all. Glad they over. But y'all, let's get on this other topic here, y'all. It was this comedian. She be on Facebook. Her name is Latrice, I think her name is. Mm-hmm. And she was on her. She's a real big social media influencer, right? Mm-hmm. And she was talking about telling all her fans that she ain't going to her son's graduation. She said she don't give a damn what nobody say. I ain't going to my son's graduation. You know, she said, y'all just don't know the backstory. Y'all don't know what all happened. And let me tell y'all what happened. Her son, I'm going to have to say allegedly here because I have my own opinion that was about to slip out. But anyway, allegedly, he says that his mom put him through sexual abuse. She said she sexually abused him. Now,
she did it to him?
That's what he said. That's what he allegedly, he says that his mom sexually abused him. But this didn't come out to years after he's out of the house. He's like 18 or whatever. He knows that his mom is blowing up on social media. She spoiled him all the time. She had a lot of problems with him because he has mental issues, right? He would get in trouble at school, get put out of school, doing some big stuff, allegedly, right? And so she would get him out of trouble all the time. You know what I'm saying? Even she left her boyfriend behind him and everything, gave up her relationship because of her son. Her son didn't like the dude that she was messing with or whatever. But anyway, he lied on his mom when I guess he wanted something from her. And she told him no or whatever, right? And he got mad about it. And allegedly she's saying that he's spreading rumors about her now. And it got back to where now there's been charges pressed against her for sexual assault against her son. Yes, right?
Mhm.
And she's on social media. She's mad as hell. She's talking big mess, telling them I don't care what none of y'all say. I'm not going to his graduation, not for what he has done to me and what he has done to me. She said, y'all are so quick to believe what kids say out of their mouth without knowing the other side of the story. And I agree to that. People never hear the other side of the story nowadays. I'm like, why are you believing a kid? Kids lie anyway. That's just what they do, especially when they don't get their way and they feel entitled. So anyway, she had to pay a lawyer $15,000 for something that he's saying that happened way back in the past when he was young, 7 or something like that, or 8, I don't know. But when he was young. And she was like, okay, he talked about all the other abuse that he has been through, allegedly, but he never, ever said that sexual abuse happened to him. But now he's coming out saying that. And she's told the fans, she said, he'll never take it back. He'll take this to his grave. Because now he has all these followers jumping on, you know what I'm saying, liking whatever he's saying. So, of course, he's not going to take it back. Because he feel like everybody will bash him then, and he'll have backlash from the lie that he done told, allegedly. So anyway, have y'all ever dealt, and this audience too, have you ever dealt with a kid who was disobedient and for whatever reason they just don't like you and they go out and slander your name? Or for a purpose of sometimes kids slander your name just to get benefits from it. And what I mean by benefits, I'll give you an example. Kids who don't like to stay at home and they want to go, when they're young, they be going through them teenage years, and they feel like, I don't want to stay at home with you because I don't, I don't like that authority that you're putting down on me. So I'm gonna go stay at my friend's house. So they go to the friend's house and they lie to the friend's the friend's mom, and say, hey, at home I'm getting abused, or at home my mom is treating me like this, my dad is doing this to me. Have y'all ever been through that situation?
I've been in a situation where I took in some children that way. I've never been in that situation where my kids done it to me, but I've been in that situation where I took in some kids and the children were not getting along with the parents or whatever the case may be. And I was trying to figure out why. Like, why would you want your child out on the street? Well, long story short, they were being disobedient. They didn't want to follow the rules and the guidelines to the household or whatever the case may be. But I never, how do you put it? I never talked the kids against the parent. I always try to get the kid to go back home to the parent. You have to sit down and listen to the child. You do have to take an accountability and listen to the child. But as an adult, you should be able to weed out the bullshit. You know what I mean? Just because you couldn't stay up late, just because you couldn't have your boyfriend over, just because you couldn't have your phone, just because your grades dropped, all of a sudden you want to, flip out or whatever the case may be. Now, I did have one situation kind of off topic where the mother was wrong. She told her children that food was a necessity and she wasn't buying them nothing to eat. Fuck my head up.
Damn.
Fuck
Food
my
is
head
a
up.
necessity, and so I'm not.
And she didn't buy them nothing to eat neither. She didn't buy them nothing to eat.
I don't know about that one. I'm about to come back.
It seems like she would say it seemed like she would say that differently. And not food is a necessity because you buy necessities. You know what I mean? It seemed like you would say that food is a special treat or something like that. So I'm not buying it.
This boy, they was up at the store stealing their food.
Oh man.
Okay.
Tanya, what about you?
Okay, so
why don't you go on and tell our story?
This is something that's I can relate to, and I do agree. A lot of times that when people instinctively hear a younger child or maybe an adult speak on stuff, our natural instinct is to be lenient or more compassionate toward what the child is saying, because you think to a certain age level that the child has innocence and they wouldn't lie about such outlandish things that they speak of, sexual abuse in this case that you were talking about allegedly, and so you instantly want to say, well, they wouldn't lie about that, would they? And I think as America as a whole, or society as a whole, we kind of look at it like, no, they probably wouldn't. So then we look sideways at the parent or the person that's doing it. But on the flip side of going through something personal myself, I've had some of my youngsters lie and put us in a position where authorities are looking at us. And, after going through how we looked and the conversation that went around it, because initially they're going to look like I just said, the kid says this, then the people are looking at the adults like, oh my gosh, how dare you? And so they've already passed judgment. So now we have to work hard to clear our name and to prove, well, no, this child was lying about so-and-so and so-and-so. They're the liar. And now then, it's like a whole little game that you have to play, but people usually already pass judgment on you initially. You get what I'm saying? So, in our instance, we one of our youngest ones decided to was being very disrespectful in the home, didn't want to follow the rules, running away, in and out, mad because, we've gone through the chain of punishments, taking stuff away, all type of this and that. You can't have this time, that time, give us your phone, all this other kind of stuff, to try to get through to, hey, you have to follow rules. Well, they didn't want to follow rules, so they decided to bounce and leave out and, then went to whoever's homeboys or whatever's house to stay. And the parents hearing his side of how wrong we are as parents and how negligent we are and how dare us do these.
How about you should let your child stay where he want to stay, wherever he's happy at.
Wherever
your child is happy, you should let him be wherever he's happy. Where the hell we do that at?
So they believed what our child was saying instead of coming to us and asking, Nay, like you said, you didn't push the child against the parent or vice versa. No, they didn't come to us and talk to us and say, hey, this is what your son is saying. This is what they're talking about. So can we get a clarification, just so we can understand kind of what's going on or whatever, because it takes a village sometimes. And I feel like if everybody got on the same page, then yes, we can come to, because children are children, they're adolescents for a reason, they're younger, they've not gone through life. And so they don't see through the same lenses that we as adults who've gone through things and are more mature see through. They only see selfish one-track situations. I want what I want. You don't give me what I want. I got an attitude about it, and I'm going to do all this other extra crap.
I'm going to find a way to get it.
See, so
even if it means making you look bad, I'm going to find a way to get it.
That's it. And they never came to us to talk to us about it. Ultimately, what happened is that our child staying with them, the truth came out because they didn't stop doing the disrespectful crap that they were doing at our home. They did it there. And I guess they thought
before you get there, Tanya, you get there, talk about how the parent of his friend was so disrespectful to us, blaming us like we were at fault. The conversation that we had on the phone trying to explain to this lady that you don't know what's going on. There's another side to this story. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. I tell you right now, I wouldn't let my child come stay with you. But she said, oh, you should let your son be where he's happy. You know what I'm saying? Like we were the abusers or something until he went and stayed there and ended up, they ended up giving him melatonin to put him to sleep at night because he was sneaking out of the house late at night, wouldn't lock the door. Her husband had to pull a gun on our son in the kitchen late at night because he was sneaking out the house. Now, why do you have to go through all that? Remember, you was telling us that he should be over here where he can be over here anytime he want to be over here. If he say he want to stay here, then he can stay here.
So like this woman that you just mentioned was going through with her child, people need to stop passing judgment automatically. You do need to come. There's always another side. There's always another side. And I'm not saying that there's children out there or young adults who are not telling the truth. It's because there's equal enough of those incidents and things that are happening to these young kids. You know what I'm saying? So there is truth in some people. But I'm just saying, as a whole, come verify what you hear. Verify it. Don't just jump to conclusions and assume. There's always another side. And in this instance, it could have turned very nasty if the police and all the kind of stuff that ended up coming to us didn't listen to us and know that what we were talking about, our character and who we are, came through the truth. Came out like what Miss Amber said, was none of the dark comes to the light anyway. So all those lies and all those accusations and all that stuff, the truth is going to come out. And it just, I wish parents would listen, come to the other adult and find out the situation before you pass judgment. I'm not saying don't help, because they like you did. You welcomed them in. You're like, okay, well, you can stay here for a little bit or whatever, but I'm going to find out the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to find out what's going on.
But in the end, it was funny though, because she was so embarrassed that she took up for our son, and she ended up sending her husband over to drop him out when they kicked him out of the house.
They kicked him out, sent him back to the house.
Sent him back to the house and never heard from her since. And it's been years, girl. That woman ain't never called to say I'm sorry, nothing. But one message that she did relate through her husband is that he can't bring his ass back here. I don't care if he into it with you guys or whatever, but he is not welcome back at our house. That's what we were told.
Yep.
Yes. Anyway,
but yeah, that right there, lesson was.
What is your perspective on entitled kids? Kids who are entitled, or they feel entitled, and then they go as far as slandering who you are as a person, your character.
I don't think, God forgive me for saying it this way, but I come from a school of discipline where, in my household, your opinion don't matter. You can voice your opinion, you can say what you want to say or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, it's my decision, and I'm going to make the best decision that I can make for you going forward until you become an adult. And if you don't like the rules that I set in my house, I'm not one of those parents that say, open up the door, you can get your ass out. If you want to face me head up, then we going to go head up. I'm going to beat your ass. You're going to go back in your room, and I'm taking all your equipment, meaning TVs, toys, phones, whatever, because you don't run nothing. I think society, the world, the universe today has gotten away from discipline. I was looking at a TikTok as well, and it was the father of the Winans family. He said he had 7 boys and 3 girls. And you spare the rod, you spoil the child.
There you go.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little discipline. Ain't nothing wrong with a little tap tap on that ass, because you ain't running nothing. And now, if you look at that family today, they've had their fair share of legal issues and slander and all this, that, and the third. They're not without sin, but at the same time, because they kept his foot in their behind and that rod on that ass, they a very successful family. Now, this doesn't work for everybody. I'm not saying whoop your kid and that's the way to go. Discipline is more than just spanking. But you can't let your 8-year-old child tell you this is what I want to do. You can't let your 10-year-old child say this is not what I want to eat and I'm not eating it. You're going to eat whatever I put in front of you, or you're going to get your ass whooped. That's really how I feel about kids feeling like we didn't have an entitlement. We didn't have none of that. We had, you going to eat what's in front of you or get your ass whooped.
So you feel like if there was that we've gotten away from punishment, which is why there's children more entitled to
discipline.
From discipline. I'm sorry. Yes, we've gotten away from discipline that's making them feel they can be entitled, or that they can shame their parents, like their slander their name, their character. Because in reference to the lady that Miss Judy you were talking about, her being a public figure, right, and her son feeling the need to put her to make everybody have a negative opinion of her now. His goal, I guess, I don't know what the goal is, but it's attention seeking. So, I mean, do you think in this instance, lack of discipline is the reason why he's doing that?
I'm going to tell you now, no, he got discipline. And I think that he's mad because of it, and he's getting revenge because of, she's putting her foot down and saying, hey, I'm not going to let you do this no more. I'm not going to let you run over me. You're not going to keep on putting me in situations to where I have to stick my neck out for you. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, he had a very troubled background, getting in trouble in school all the time and everything. You know what I'm saying? She had to let him go stay with his uncle. And now his uncle is saying, now it's time for you to get out and get a job because you're a grown man now. And so she's saying that he's mad because the uncle is actually putting him out. And so he's just blaming everybody and mad because now he got to get out on his own. Let me read this comment right here. Swan Gardner, adults don't communicate with each other anymore. You ain't lying. They sure don't. They just take whatever the kids say and go on. And Amber said facts about what you was talking about. Let's see here. Hey, Sandra. Hey.
Welcome, everybody.
So no, I just think that he's mad and he's trying to get revenge on his mom because he's looking at his mom and they say, "Oh, she's living a good life now because she's making good money." Being a social influencer, and and I ain't gonna. I gotta say it. Hell, some of my kids sometimes say, "Oh, look at y'all doing this. Y'all going here. Y'all always on vacation. You got this and got that." And one of them even had the nerve to say that the reason why they doing all of that or can do that is because they got a big inheritance because Judy's mama died because grandma died. What the hell? What? Like
Not
I said,
that you work hard and bust your ass
not
and
that I
paid
got
your
a
way
job.
through school. Not
But can
that
you
you flipped burgers. Not that you rode bicycles. Not that you
But because
was at
because mama gone
none
and
of
she
that.
got the check and she didn't give us none of that check. What the
Yeah,
hell?
none of that.
You know, so that was crazy for me to hear that. You know what I'm saying? That they didn't take that they I mean, you're in the household every day. You see me and Tanya 365 for all the days since y'all was old enough to know better that we go to work. We always kept the job. We budget our money, we save, we do whatever. And y'all should walk in the same, y'all should want that too. Y'all should do the same thing so you can have a good life. You understand? Not just be sitting back looking and being jealous and saying my parents have this and I should have that. Hell, you younger than me anyway. Go out there and get it. You can get it. Triple time what I can do.
I
But I
don't think
will say,
So I think that's one reason, that kids get entitled and they get jealous by sitting back looking at their parents doing stuff and they want to slander. And I feel like he wanted to slander his mom's name because now that he's not living with her anymore, and uncle is saying, "You got to get out of our house," and mom is saying, "You can't come back here," right? They had a sit down and had a talk, and she was gonna let him come back there and everything. But when this came out that she sexually assaulted him and she had to come out of her pocket, her bank account for $15,000, she said, "Oh hell no, I'm putting my foot down. I ain't coming to your graduations. We tried to mend this. We can't even mend it no more for doing some shit like this."
they
Yeah,
what
he
were
could.
you saying? I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
what I was finna say is also due to parents, even though it's fair to rod spoil the child, I do agree with the adult that said, parents don't talk anymore. But at the same time, you got to also remember this. Parents can talk, you can do everything right by the book. You can dot every I, you can cross every T, you can say every prayer, you can lead them in the right direction, you can give them the tools to be better. If they don't want it, they not gonna use it. And my daughter's on here watching right now, and hey, mama, sorry. But if I constantly tell you, don't go down that road don't mean you no good because I done already been down that road. That road right there don't mean you no good. Don't you go down that goddamn road. The words that my father used to tell me at that particular point of your life, you gotta bump your goddamn head because you didn't listen to what I told you in the first place. So that goes back to kids being entitled. If your parents is giving you the tools and the opportunities that we didn't have as a whole to make you a better person and you don't take it, then that falls on you and not the parent, if that makes sense. That falls on you and not the parent because we're giving you the tools that you need, tools that we didn't have. Our parents didn't teach us about credit.
Wait a minute. Society then gave you the tools. You got YouTube to make millions off of. What you mean? They got it so easy nowadays. They got Lyft, they got DoorDash, they got all that stuff that we didn't have when we was coming up. We had to go. The only thing that I think we had that was extra was throwing papers, having a paper route. That's the
And I
only
had
thing.
a paper route with no bike. I had a
Which
paper route with no bicycle.
Damn.
okay,
I had a
damn.
paper route with no bicycle.
Look,
I'm not
look,
lying to y'all.
they had them mega calves, honey.
I had to do what I had to do.
But you know what? I don't think there's a way around any of it because, first of all, young adolescents, young adults, whatever you want to call youngsters that are younger than us, they got to go through it. They got to live their life. For
Yeah,
some
but why
reason,
why do we have to pay the consequences for it? Why do you have to slander my name? Why do I have to walk outside my door and know that everybody that we socialize with, that and I know both alike, that they looking at you and saying, "Boy, they did this to their kid, they did that to their kid." It's all a damn lie. You
but
know what I'm saying? And you got to carry that around, especially that poor lady. She carrying around, walking around, and some of her following the left. You messing with her money.
Yeah, you messing with her money, you messing with her coin, you messing with her livelihood. And the way I look at it is like it doesn't even matter anymore. First of all, like I said, because the way that young people's minds work, so you're gonna end up crossing that road at some point with a young adult, period. But the other flip side of it is the world is still gonna pass judgment. Like Nay said, you can do everything freaking right as far as raising your children is concerned, as far as living your own personal life to whatever standard that people say. People are going to say and pass judgment anyway because they just want to have something to say about you. So I feel that when incidents like these happen, when your character comes up, who you are as a person, and like in this instance, this lady, her being accused of sexual assault. Well, I mean, people are going to pass judgment. Her saying, skip the sexual assault part. Say just because she said, I'm not going to his graduation because he's disrespectful and all this other stuff. Well, people are going to pass judgment anyway. It doesn't even matter. And so I just feel when you go through that kind of stuff, you just kind of keep on pushing and keep going. It's gonna mess with you, but it's also maybe can weed out the people that didn't need to be around you anyway. I just look at it.
What I want to know, Tanya. This is what I want to know, because I know you're the soft person in this relationship. You're always passive with the kids. You're always saying, Judy, don't be so hard, and yeah. I get that tough love. I don't give a shit. So I'm just asking, if I made the choice not to go to one of our kids' graduation because they had put me in that situation to where they slandered my name and almost had me put in jail, right? And almost took my life away. Would you say that I'm a bad parent, or would you? And now I want to know how you feel about that too. If I said, no, I'm not going to my kid's graduation, do you feel like I would be wrong? Or do you feel like this lady is wrong for saying, no, I'm not going to this?
I'm going to say, no. And it's like this. You just painted me because you know I'm the direct polar opposite of you. That is so true. And if I hadn't gone through it myself, if I hadn't visualized the actual extent of what could have happened due to a lie that I know is a damn lie. You get what I'm saying? I know it's a lie. Mm-hmm. And if I hadn't saw what could have happened, because it could have flipped the reverse. It could have been that one police officer that decided, you know what? I believe this kid. And I believe blah, 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 blah. Shank. And our lives could have changed for the horrible. I could have seen it. So if it hadn't been for me seeing it, I would have been passive and been like, Judy, now I know that they're wrong and our kids are this and that, but graduation only comes once. And, you know, I don't want us to look back and have regrets. But seeing that I went and know what the extent could have been, hell to the no, you're not wrong. Because in this instance, you got to put your foot down at some point and say, no, hell no, you will not.
There you go.
No, we're going to draw some balance lines.
A lot of parents need to hear that because they feel guilty because they say no to their kids. You have to realize that when your kids are getting up in age and they grown and they doing their dirt or whatever, you still got a life to live, okay? And now I'm going to flip this a little bit because, you know, I heard Nay say something about to one of her kids. She said, if I told y'all, she was just making an example. She said, if I tell y'all, you know, get out of this situation because you with this person, they ain't no good for you and you choose to stay there with them, that's on you, right? And for a parent, same, like I said, I'm flipping a little bit. Us parents, we can't feel guilty for that. You got to back up. Quit all of that trying to persuade your kids to leave this person, leave them alone or whatever. If they gonna do what they gonna do at the end of the day. Back up, be happy with it, and live your life. Okay, your kids are young; they got a whole life ahead of them. It's time for you to live your life. Live your life. Back up. Sometimes they gotta learn that harder lesson. You know what I'm saying? And be okay with it because you ain't gonna do nothing but stress yourself out trying to change something that can't be changed. And anyway, that's what I had to say about that. It just made me think about that. You know what I'm saying? When you're saying, you know, ain't nothing you can do about it. You know, people are going to believe what they want to believe anyway. You know, how can you change the situation? A lot of times you can't change the situation, but I ain't finna stress about it, lose no sleep about it. Yeah. Woo, y'all. Woo. But I feel sorry for that lady, though. Messing up my money.
Wait a minute, I want to hear what Nay's her perspective. You asked both of our sides, and me being the passive, I gave you mine. But
Nay, would I be wrong if I say no? I don't want to go to my kids' graduation because they put me in a situation where I could have ended up incarcerated.
No, well, actually, my personal opinion, if my kids would have done me that way, I'm not going to the graduation. Hell, I'm not even paying for the goddamn graduation. I'm so
That's my
sorry.
girl.
God bless your heart. God bless your soul, baby. If I do you that bad, if I'm such a bad parent, if I mean you no good, then that means we need to sever our ties. And I'm gonna tell y'all what I heard Ricky Smiley say, and I love this quote. Just because we are blood related, that
There you
does not make us family. God damn it, I will divorce your ass fast as I spit you out my ass. If you mean me no good and you trying to hold me back from my greatness and my blessings, I got to cut my ties. I got to
all
let
right.
you go.
All
And it's
right.
hard to say that, especially dealing with your own children. But
That's
you done
right.
dug a hole and you done dug a hole and you done dug a hole and
Say
you
it
tried and
again.
tried and tried to where there's nothing left. So the only thing you can do is let go and let God.
Okay.
I like
Now,
this.
one thing I will say
Yeah,
before
I
I
like it
say
too.
this, one thing I will say before I say this, even though I'm saying let go and let God, you looking at a woman on this screen. I'm trying to pull back. I'm trying to use my own words, my own wisdom to let go and let God. But that don't mean that I don't pray over them some of bitches every day. I
Every
pray over
single day.
all
I do
these
too.
son of
Every
bitches.
single
The
day. You
cussing
know,
Christian
like,
is here. The cussing
I'm
Christian,
just,
she didn't let it out.
it's true
Y'all, let me
though.
read this.
I'm
Sean Gardner, she made an excellent comment. Excellent. I love it. She said, sometimes when someone burns a bridge, you should not rebuild it. And baby, that don't exclude your family or your kids. They ass too can get some too. If they burn the bridges, hey, I ain't gonna rebuild it. I'm not. I'm too old for all that rebuilding. Baby, you know better. You know right from wrong. I taught you right from wrong, so you know it.
you
And
and
know
then
what?
people will try
going
to
to the
make you
extreme.
feel guilty. They
And
will
then I
try to make you feel guilty.
yes.
Yes.
Forget other people. Me as a mom feels I'm just being, this is straight talk. This is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Being in this position to where I'm learning that I have to go ahead and say, hell no, have boundaries. You're not going to keep screwing me like this. I'm not going to keep putting myself out there to try to rescue you, save you, or whatever. And then you keep putting it back on me and then got nasty stuff and disrespectful shit to say back to me. I'm the one that put my neck out there for you and you treating me like shit. So yeah, I got to learn boundaries, but it's still, even after I've gotten mad, because you know you get mad, then you stop being mad. You know what I'm saying? And as a mom, when I'm done being mad, I feel that I don't even know the word. It's that damn. You know what I'm saying? It's that regret, that disappointment that you put me in a position to now have to be. I'm still your mom,
To be
but you
bitter
put me
and
in a position
cutthroat with you.
that I got
I gotta
to
treat you like the
tie.
outside. I gotta treat you like the outside people now.
So I feel bad. I feel I'm not going to go back on my word because my boundary is that I value this inner right here. You know what I'm saying? But I still feel bad. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't want to be looked at as weak. I hope that doesn't make me that way. I hope other people can understand that feeling because it's just
You're a
like
mama. You're a mama, so you're gonna feel that way. You're gonna always feel sad and disappointed when your kids don't get it, and especially when you didn't went through the extreme of turning your whole house apart.
that's
You
it.
done tore your whole life apart and gave up your life and everything to try to save their ass, and they still continue to do the wrong thing. So of course you're gonna feel sad. You're gonna feel sorrow for them. But
It's not
me,
even that they're making the wrong decisions. It's not that. It's
what
the
is it?
it's because the wrong decision. They gonna, like you said, now you got to bump your own head, go down your own path. It's so do that. I can't tell you enough. Not do that. Wait, don't do it. Hold, fire. No,
Okay,
they gonna
so
keep
what
going.
is it, Tanya?
It's the disrespect you give me back. You get what I'm saying? It's the words you say, your actions, the taking, the selfishness, the all of that's making me say I got to cut ties with you. I can't deal with you. You lie, you put me out there negative, you say stupid shit back to me. You know what I'm saying? You steal from me. You understand what I'm saying? You tell other stuff, lies and stuff to other
There you
people
go.
about me. So that's what makes that part, not your lessons that you got to keep learning. It's how you treat me.
Yeah, and then when they out of that trouble, when they out the fire, you the best person alive. You the best person living.
Mama.
Mom. That's
Well,
it.
hey
Girl.
baby. Hey
I was
baby.
about to say something, but you made me forget. You know me, short-term memory, baby. I can't remember everything. But anyway, girl, y'all got anything else to say on that topic? There, I can go on and on it. Seriously.
Now, thank y'all, audience, for chiming in on that too.
Okay.
We needed some of these comments. Yes, Lord.
Ooh. They can tell that's some of the shit that we done been through in our own lives. That's a personal shit right there for real.
Straight talk stuff.
Oh man.
No filters on none of that. So anyway.
I'm telling you. Speaking of filters. Oh, go ahead, Nate. What you say? What you about to say, Nate?
I mean, they used to say the best lesson taught is the ones you bump your head on. Goddamn, you run into that brick wall long enough and hard enough, goddamn, you gonna wake up one day. You gonna stop skinning that cat.
I'm just saying. Shoot. Peaches. Who's Peaches?
Girl. Speaking of filters, though, I came across this one reel video. I'm always looking at video. This one dude, man, and this happened in real life. He met this girl online. It was like a dating app, right? Okay. He goes, they chatting it up, talking and stuff. Not verbally talking, not over the phone, but just chatting, right? Okay. He goes over to a house, right, to go meet her for the first time. He pull up. She come in, twisting, get ready to get in the car and shit. He been down, he looked. Hold on.
Did he have a whole Friday moment?
That fool said, yeah, a whole Friday moment. You said you look like Janet Jackson. Now, nigga, you look more like Freddie Jackson. That fool said, wait a minute. This ain't gonna work here. This ain't gonna work. You lied about how you look. He said, boy, you been wearing them filters out, boy. You been wearing them filters out. He said, your hair wasn't like that. She had this fro. Right. He said, your hair wasn't like that on there. And look at your face. And look at your face. Your face didn't look like that. You ain't the same person.
Right.
She said, what are you talking about? I wear makeup. I had makeup on when I was on there. I put on makeup. Oh, you so silly. You're so dumb. Don't act like that. He said, no, you don't look like the same person. Like I said, I had your makeup. Right? And then he said, and you didn't have that accent either. He said, you didn't have that accent, right? He said, you didn't tell me that you was from Africa or whatever. Right? So he told the girl, they go back and forth. He told the girl to get out the car. Get out. And you know what she said? That woman crossed her legs and turned around and said, I'm not getting out the car. No, you want me out? You put me out. You put me out the car. He said, oh, no, you finna get up out of my car because you ain't the same person I've been talking to. He said, all them pictures you done sent me and all of that was fake. That was fake. She said, no, I can go put on makeup. He said, well, why didn't you put it on tonight? She said, why should I put it on?
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. So she done catfish dude, right? But I'm just saying, what century are they in? Because who doesn't video chat anymore? Like, okay. Who goes and go meet somebody you ain't even seen him? So that's his fault. First of all, you didn't do your homework. That you should have verified some stuff some type of way. So you walked into what you walked into, and you're wrong. That's on you. You should have went on.
He should have just sucked it up. Cause my daddy say you want to go more ugliness now. Cause if she ugly, she gonna take care of your ass now. Don't love that old ugly woman. Everybody needs somebody to love. Everybody needs somebody to love.
They cook better when they ugly. They cook better. They do everything better when they ugly.
Shut up.
Wait a minute. Now, when you get them pretty ones, you know what I'm saying? Them pretty boys and then pretty women, they think they entitled. You know what I'm saying? You got to do extra for their ass.
I had a nigga so fine. He was in the mirror more than me. I was like, God damn, can I brush my teeth? I ain't got but 3 in the front. Can I brush it?
Y'all ain't right for that though.
No,
y'all ain't right for that.
For real? No, come on now. Let's not play.
You clean better. When you ugly.
When you ugly, when they ugly, they do all that extra stuff.
They do all that extra shit. They
get anything you want.
Stop y'all shit. Stop.
When you get them fine ones, they just sitting in the car, just sitting there waiting.
Waiting for you to open the door.
Waiting on you to come open the door. Aren't you gonna open my door for me?
It's like
you got a nigga in the mirror and he brushing his waves 365 times. Nigga, put that goddamn brush down and let go.
But let's get back to it. Jay. So you say Old girl gets in the car. She's not looking how she looked or represented herself. Yeah, he should have sucked it up. Was he wrong in addressing the fact that she represented herself wrong? Was he wrong in telling her that? Was he tacky?
It was tacky. It was tacky.
He was
I ain't gonna say it was wrong. He should have did that later on. He should have still took her out on the date or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But putting her out the car, nah.
He was not. This is where I thought he was wrong. He should have never told her that she needed to have, why she didn't put on her makeup now. Because it's like this. If she wants to come, a woman can come. Now, you're supposed to put your best face and your best effort forward because first impressions are everything, right? On your first date. So it would behoove you to make yourself look like you look like in those pictures. But I'm just saying, he was wrong for telling her she should have wore makeup. Her hair should have been a certain type of way. If she wants to come how she wants to come, then that's just it. Now, he should have went on that first date. And then after the date, you know what I'm saying? He should never have answered his phone after he dropped her off. She'd have been calling. He should have put her on block, whatever. But I'm just saying,
wait a minute. I got to go back to last show. Didn't we say that men don't put up with that stuff? But a woman, see, don't say that because I know y'all finna jump. But you know damn well, Tanya, if that was you going to pick up a dude and he was funky, had oil underneath his nails, just greasy, just grungy, you would have took him on out on that date. And
you a goddamn lie, and the truth ain't in you. And Tanya no bullshit. I'd have left that nigga on the goddamn curb.
Tanya would have dropped him off. And then would have been on the phone, girl, let me tell you about it. I ain't going out with him no more, girl. He better not call me. He better lose my number. But you would have accepted it and took him out. And some of you women would have took him home. Y'all would have took him on home and cleaned him up, girl. That ain't nothing but a little oil. I can clean that up.
No, Judy.
Take him to the barbershop and fix them up.
Judy, if your shoes is leaning and your teeth is crooked and missing and your breath funky, and you look like your ass is dirty, and I can see your drawers, them 4 things right there. I got a gap already. I don't need a nigga missing more teeth than me. You know what I'm saying? No. Don't let your lips be crusted. I can't even give you no gasoline. No.
So at what point is there like your cutoff though? Seriously, because no one is perfect. You get what I'm saying?
It wasn't nothing wrong with her.
I saw the video too.
Natural. She was being natural.
That's how she came. And she came. And that's the reason why I said he was wrong for telling her that she should have had her hair a certain way and her makeup a certain way. But that's how he first saw her. That's how he first saw her. So he's fantasizing, building up to their first date, that this is the woman that he's attracted to. He's built up an attraction. So he was shocked. So therefore, I imagine that's why all of that came out of his mouth, that he was shocked. But he wasn't. It wasn't.
He wasn't wrong for it. He just say something that you women wouldn't say. Put it that way.
No, I'm gonna tell you.
I'm just saying, a dude, he just gonna be straight up honest.
And I wasn't.
Why should I go? Wait a minute. But why should I go waste my money and take you on this date? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't attracted to you. I already know.
You would do it.
I have done it before.
You think like a dude, and so you would have tolerated it.
I have done it with a girl that she was showing me scars underneath her, on her chest and everything when I first got there. I'm like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? But I went ahead and I should have knew because I had packed a picnic basket and everything. And she had these gorgeous pictures. Back then they probably did glamour shots. You remember the glamour shots? Yeah, she was glamorous in them pictures, baby. Glamorous. When I got there, I was looking. I said, that ain't the same, girl. I was like, where your sister at? I'm looking. I was like, okay, wait a minute. And she's like, oh, this is me. Oh, okay. So we got to talking, and I was like, no, I didn't like the way she talked. You know what I'm saying? And then she got the raising up the breast, showing me scars on the first date. What are you doing? I don't need to see all of that right now. You know what I'm saying? And then we in the car riding, my crystal glasses, they break. I said, that's a sign. I took her to the lake with the picnic basket, serenaded her and stuff, was singing to her, and I was the whole time like, why am I doing this? I ain't doing nothing but leading her on even more. Yes, then we get to the 7-Eleven. I'm on my way to drop her off home. This really did it for me. This hooker gonna ask me to stop by a trap house to get her a bag of weed. What we
I
doing
feel
this at?
offended, Judy, and I feel offended because I
What
would
we
have stopped
doing
and
this
asked
at?
for the same. I would have stopped and asked for the same bag. Goddamn, best friend,
No,
come
damn
on.
that. You knew I didn't smoke.
Hey,
I don't smoke. What you doing asking me? You should have hit this shit.
Hey.
Go get that bag on your own time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, she asked me, we in the hood, bitch. We in the hood, you know what I'm saying? And she up in there taking her time, getting the bag. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going on. I'm being a nice person. Then we go to the then we go stop at the 7-Eleven and it's foggy outside, right? She goes to the window, Jay, and whatever the girl name was, she put on there. I said, oh, she's childish too. You know, it was cute, but it would have been cute if she was pretty. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. It would have been cute if she was pretty, but I was like, man, that's childish as hell.
You don't leave nobody stranded. You take them to get an animal and you take them home. At least take them home, let them eat. That's
she said she could have got one of them Lunchables out of 7-Eleven, which she could have did. But
Clearly,
anyway, I'm not done yet. I gotta finish it up.
I'd have left her there. Evidently,
you would have left her there.
With you know what? Wouldn't have never put him in the car. Wouldn't have never would have drove off, left them there at their point of meeting. But you guys,
I wasn't finished.
That
was Jay, but that was Jay back then. Now it wouldn't even go down like that if I was single. It wouldn't even go down. I ain't even coming. But anyway, she gets in the car, right? And she goes, so what do you think about me and you? I said, baby, you don't want to know that. I said, don't ask that question. Do you know that she asked the question again? No, seriously, what do you think about us? Where do you think we're headed? You know, what do you think we're gonna? What do you think gonna become of us or something? She said. I said, I smiled. I said, I don't want to talk about that. You don't really want to know that. You don't really want to know that. She stayed in the car, and she didn't even get the hint that I ain't into your ass. I dropped her off. When I dropped her off, she stole all my photos, all my picture out of my glove box. She didn't stole from me too.
I got a good one, Jimmy.
No, that's the only time I ever do that again. Go ahead, Nate.
I got a good one. This was a one date, y'all. One date. Nice looking guy. He was nice. He loved kids. Blase. Good looking dude. It was cold outside, and he trying to get home. And I had remember the bubble jackets, and people were wearing the big bubble jacket. So I let him wear my jacket. But because I wasn't into him sexually, the nigga wouldn't bring me back my coat. And I was a struggling single mama catching the bus in the city trying to get to work. So my black ass out there freezing and shivering like a hooker on the street trying to make $1 because the bitch wouldn't bring me back my coat because I wouldn't be his girlfriend. Now that's some shit for your ass right there. Motherfucker stole the coat.
Wait a minute. I got to put this comment up. Right. Did I tell you about your damn kids?
I'm capping, y'all. That's my son said I'm capping. Nigga stole my coat. You don't want to be my girlfriend? I'm gonna steal your coat. Nigga stole my coat. Didn't get back either.
You know what? But I think there is some truth in women tolerating more than dudes will. So dude in the situation that Jay pointed out, he was like, get out my car. You're not the woman you represented yourself to be. Get out my car. Get out now. But he was wrong for that. Now, a woman, I probably may have in my past have tolerated funky breath, toe-up clothes.
No.
You look destitute. You certainly aren't what you represented yourself to be prior to our date. But it's because I'm like, okay, clearly you had some self-esteem issues. That's how I was trying to look at it. But looking at it now as a more mature me, I'm just going to say you just didn't give a damn, because you could have found the best of your best and put, even if it was t-shirt and jeans, it didn't matter.
There you go.
You didn't have to have funky motor oil, look like you've been rolling in with the pigs and stuff. Clothes, when you got ready to meet me, someone that you say you had interest in, that means you have no respect for me. You had probably only one thing on your mind anyway, or whatever possible intention. I don't know. That's me looking at it now as a mature me. But back when I was younger, I was just making excuses like, oh, well, maybe they're just down on their luck and they just didn't have blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Damn that.
So I'm just going to sit here and tolerate your breath cutting my face up.
I'm gonna be like that dude. Get out my car.
We met at a place, a restaurant or whatever. And so it was just like when I seen them walking in, I was like, wow. And so I just, how you look off and you're just like, oh shit. Oh man, what am I gonna do? This is all that's going through my head, but I didn't want to hurt their feelings. So, we sat there and we tolerated the date. Ended up paying separately. He didn't even pay for my food. We ended up paying separate.
Oh, hell no. No.
You hear me? Separate tickets. I was like, wow. Like, okay, well, okay. Yeah.
You pay for your own food. Oh no.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sandra said, Big Dog Teddy, my mama ain't never capping. Laugh out loud. She said stuff we will never know about in her past. And that's true. She don't be telling everything to y'all now.
Y'all ain't supposed to know all our business. Get out our business. Y'all ain't supposed to know about that. Grown folks.
Right, our business.
Yeah, grown folk business. Look, they think that just because we mamas and they
okay, that we
had no gas. We got dirt. That's how we know to tell y'all stuff. Okay?
And that's how we know what y'all doing.
Been there, done it.
Twice.
All right. Y'all, those was two of my topics. I want to know what was on y'all mind tonight.
Shoot, I told you about the beginning one about the relationship stuff, about not having a choice. That was really something, because the reason that made me want to talk about it is because you've made some comments. So we're planning to get married next year. That'll put us at 22 years together. And with that being said, it's kind of like when you get to that margin or that place where you're like, marriage. Yes, I'm 100% sure about you. You're 100% sure about me. Let's unify ourselves together before the eyes of God. Blah, 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 blah. Right? No uncertainties. Well, Jay, you make comments sometimes where I be like, we're supposed to be getting married. Why are you making it? I just need to make sure that you really the one. What? And I know that she's saying, when we're talking about these things, she'll say stupid stuff just to get under my skin. I know she's saying it like that. But on the other side of my brain, I say to myself, looking her upside her head, right? The reason I'm looking upside her head is you might be questioning these things and saying this stuff out of your mind. But guess what? You have no choice. You don't have a choice. What you might not know is you stuck with me like the heaviest weight in the entire world that sinks you to the deepest ocean. You are anchored in this for life. You have no choice. So I'm just saying,
all that time you thought I was mean and controlling. Which way is she? That way. That way. Yeah, controlling.
Like, you have no.
Y'all know the truth, audience. If I ever end up missing,
look here. Look. We've been together too long. We in this thing. So all that, like that girl did to that dude. Aha! you don't like me, baby. Won't be the first time or the last time, okay? So Jay, I just really yeah. So I want to know, do you think you have a choice?
I didn't know that y'all heard that.
Do you honestly think you have a choice? Like, say for instance, you were for real about feeling uncertain. Do you think you have a choice to leave? Like, I'm just saying, I'm asking you. I really want to know.
Nay said she had something to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
What do I think I have a choice? That's what I'm confused about. I hope everybody has a choice.
No.
Right?
No.
We gonna change this topic to something else, because we gonna Nay help.
Big dog Teddy, as someone who has recently gotten himself engaged.
That's what you confusing the kids. Big dog Teddy.
Baby, you're locked in this thing. I need to understand.
Look, just because
do you think you got a choice?
Judy, I love you, best friend, but you don't have a choice, because Mr. Gray Show don't have a choice. Locked, loaded, sealed, and delivered, baby. It's over with. It's over with. Take it to the grave, Pimp. Take it to
I'm
the
going back
grave.
to I'm going back to last week's show. Like I said, that's why you women are crazy. Y'all crazy.
Women are not
Because
crazy. We're
you're
just certain
crazy.
in what we
Because
want.
you said you ain't got a choice, no matter what, huh?
Nope.
No, but you ain't got a choice.
What if I
When you mad, go sleep in the other bed.
Right.
When-
And don't
when you-
stay in
when
that
you-
too long.
Don't stay in it. I mean, I'm gonna come find you. I'm gonna talk shit. Like, I mean, it's back to business
audience,
as usual.
y'all hear this shit? Do y'all agree with this? The
I'm just,
audience, why everybody quiet? Is
No.
it because our
Here you go.
Let me look at these
Here you
comments.
go.
Maybe
Here the
Where-
comment
where's
right
my
here.
audience? Where my audience? 'Cause
Stuck
y'all
like glue
let
is
me-
what Miss Sandra says.
Let me see what she got to say. Auntie Child, you stuck like glue, locked. It ain't no key. Father God, I gotta call me a locksmith. Somewhere. She been telling me I don't have a choice. Oh, Father, not the baby.
Yes.
Not the baby.
Once you
Not
go
the baby.
ahead and say, "Will you marry me?" and we
It's
go ahead and
over.
say yes.
Yeah, it's over with.
No.
Y'all, I enjoyed Straight Talk tonight. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everybody. Thank you, audience. Like I said below, if y'all want to send us some stars, y'all can send us some stars, okay? All right. Maybe I need to ask Miss Slave Master up there. Am I able to get stars?
That's finances in our Straight Talk unity. So absolutely.
Father God, y'all. Did nobody even help me out in the comments? But I'm just gonna end the show. I gotta end the show, y'all. It's been a good night. Thank y'all for tuning in because
Sandra said, "No, don't leave now."
I got to go.
No,
I got to go, y'all. I'm at work. I got to go. It's time for me to go back to work. You see, I'm at work. You see the scrub? She talking crazy. I don't know what she been drinking tonight. She say I'm stuck and ain't nobody taking up for me. So I'm ending the show tonight. Y'all have a good night. This has been Straight Talk.
Nay, do you believe your friend? Do you believe him?
This has been Straight Talk, no BS. I love all of y'all. They love everybody. Apparently, they didn't flip their lid some kind of way, say that you don't have a choice.
Woman power. Girl power.
Time on the next show. Girl power my ass. Men, y'all should be stepping in and saying, no, you have the right to change your mind at any given time. I'm finna go on that note. Still can't believe the audacity. Y'all have a good night. This been Straight Talk, no bullshit.